Hello, welcome to Minions of the Zoo. I'm Terry. She's not Jen. He's not Hammer. I have once again been abandoned, so this will be another one of those fun streams where it's just me. Oh, here we go.
Yee.
Jen arrived. How are you, Jen?
I'm good. Are you getting any weird whistling sounds or weird?
No, it sounds fine to me.
Okay. I was on a different stream and Buddy was like, I think it's your stuff, Jen. I'm like, I've been muted for majority of it. Well, he's like, well, I have control over the mute button. I'm like, bro, I have a different setup for my mic. I have a button on my mic that allows me to mute it manually.
Yeah.
And that's been muted for a while.
Yeah. And hello to Blue Eyed Scream and Green Badger in chat. Yeah, I can't hear any whistling, so if anyone in chat can hear it, let us know. But it sounds fine at my end, so I think whoever you were streaming with is just a bit of a doofus.
Yeah, I didn't want to argue with him, and he'd kind of muted and unmuted me like several times, and I'm just like, on your platform, I don't think that works, sir. And
yes,
as long as it works here, that's what, you know.
And hello to Silver Ravenwing in chat. And Green Badger says it sounds fine, so I'm guessing there is no whistling sound, so you're fine.
Well, good. Well, I'm glad. Good to know it's not my mic, because I'm like, it's kind of a decent mic.
Otherwise, you'd have to buy a new one.
Yeah, I'm like, I'd be really sad, because like I know this one really isn't very old, and I would be writing to them about it, because like I got a Yeti Nano, and like I know they're not like the greatest, but they're kind of expensive, and I've only had it for like 2 years. I'm like, I'm pretty sure they're good for way more than 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, if mine broke, I'd just buy another one that's exactly the same. I don't need anything fancy. I'm not trying to, make it big in the streaming world. As long as I talk and you can hear the words that I'm saying, the microphone is doing its job. So it doesn't have to be a brilliant microphone. It just has to be functional.
Yep. Basically. And I mean, I do have a bit of a noise canceller on it too. So like I try to keep it away from my computer so I don't feed back fans and stuff like that. But
see, I don't even do that. I just plug it in, and then I use my mouth to make sounds, and through the magic of microphones and internet, you hear those sounds, and the show can happen.
Yep. Oh, do I have
two? It sounds like Hammer is on the mend. He said his physical therapist has given him a timeline of the next 2 weeks. So hopefully he'll be back in 2 or 3 weeks. So we can go back to the way things are supposed to be.
Well, I'm glad to know that he saw my little message that was kind of late, and like checking in to make sure I remembered that it was Wednesday, because my week has been dealing with a lot of AI, because I'm trying to fix my resume, so when I try to look for a job online, I can try to be more efficient. And then I learned from them that no, they don't read resumes at all. It's all done through AI. So I'm like, okay, so how do I translate to AI and still have something that opens up and reads to a manager?
No, what you need to do is record yourself going, Gen Z boss and a mini, Gen Z boss and a mini, and then they'll hire you on the spot.
Right?
I did think it was funny that for whatever reason that video was doing the rounds again on Twitter, and like everyone was getting annoyed at it again. It's like, no, it's a stupid video. And Silver Ravenwing says AI reading resumes is one of the most retarded things to happen in recent years. Yeah. I mean, I think there's an over-reliance on AI. People are overestimating what it's capable of. They don't seem to realize that it doesn't actually know anything. It doesn't like have a brain. It's not actually, intelligent. So yeah, there's things that it's very good for. It's basically the superior version of an internet, like a Google search. But know what it's capable of. Don't let it make decisions for you. That's basically what I'm getting at. You still need to use your own brain for those. And hello to Tia in chat.
Hi, dear. Dear.
Yes.
I had to
And
pull away from X for a second. I was like, oh
Right.
yeah, it's open. Oh yeah, I was seeing the part where Hammer was talking, and I was like, oh yeah, hi Hammer. Because he's not here, but he might be listening. So
he might be. I mean, as I said, he seems to be on the mend. He's been active on Twitter, so he's actually been posting, which is a good sign because it means he's obviously well enough to start tweeting again. So good to see. So yeah, he said his physical therapist gave a timeline of the next 2 weeks. Hopefully that'll be accurate, and we'll have order will be restored in 2 to 3 weeks.
I was also confessing to the trap of Twitter. Like, it honestly takes 2 seconds to find yourself staring at something, being like, what are you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be doing a stream, so
Yes. Yes. There was something very funny that I saw. There's a new character that came out in Street Fighter 6, and for whatever reason, Capcom has decided that it is canon that he married his cousin. And so everyone has been freaking out about the fact that the most recent character in Street Fighter 6 is apparently from Shelbyville and would like to marry his very attractive cousin.
They're really obsessed with that shit lately, and I'm like, no, they can go in the wood chipper too.
Yeah. I've basically seen 2 opinions on the subject, and I actually agree with both. So the first is that what the fuck is wrong with Capcom? Why would you do that? And the other opinion is it's a fighting game. Who gives a fuck about the story? And I kind of agree with both.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, it's weird that they made Alex a cousin fucker, but I'm not playing Street Fighter to learn the in-depth lore about the characters' personal lives. I want to know, if I push this button, what attack does he do?
Can I tell you what? Okay, so obviously wood chippers definitely for that section. I'm not even going to say the word. I know that gets people in trouble, but sometimes the things that will also point me towards thinking wood chipper is the oversharing. It's like, you're not wrong. It is a fighter game. You are just kind of characters that are beating the shit out of each other. Yeah. So at a certain level, like, no, nobody cares about your backstory. Like, I don't think that the people that go to the ring in real life even do that. Like, sometimes they might care about each other's backstory, but I'm pretty sure most of the time they don't. They kind of just want to win money.
Yeah. I mean, technically by the story, Ken and Guile are somehow related. I think, like, not blood related, but related through marriage. I think they're one of them is married to the other one's sister or something weird like that. It's like, the fact that I don't even know the exact details of it shows you how little it matters to a fighting game. It's like, yeah, there's some sort of weird connection there, but it doesn't matter. No one is playing Street Fighter for the story. And Silver Raven Wing says it's because Islam practices incest and marrying your family is welcomed and encouraged in their society. I think Japan's actually fighting against the invading horde. I think they're they're clamping down on immigration and saying, no, get out. We don't want Japan to stop being Japanese. So maybe they're cucking to Islam for an international audience, but I would be surprised if that's the reason from a Japanese company. It doesn't seem like that's the direction Japan is going in.
It makes me grateful for weird things lately. Like, okay, my brother was the one who was into WWF, and because he was bigger than me, that's basically how it was. He won the TV most of the time. But
that makes sense.
But I didn't hate it. Like, it's one of those times where, like, okay, well, if he's going to win, at least it's something I don't necessarily hate.
Right.
But it's not that they didn't give them backstories. It was all story dialogue to make it more entertaining. Like, it was to add to the show, not to make it about somebody's, oh, I was beaten, my parents beat the shit out of me, and that's why, it wasn't.
The story in wrestling is not backstory for the wrestlers. It's more, I lost a match against you, and now I'm out for revenge. That's a WWE story. It's generally not, well, you see, I had a rough upbringing, and like, no one cares about that shit. It's just like, remember how I was the champion and then you dethroned me? Well, I'm getting my title back. That's a wrestling story. So yeah, if it turns out that the Undertaker and Kane are brothers, which I think was the storyline in the wrestling, no one cares. It's like, that's not what's important. It's just as important to wrestling as it is to fighting games. You're there to see them, smash each other's faces in. You're not really there to learn the deep lore of who's related to whom and in what capacity.
Sorry, Terry, I'm just responding to the buddy I was just on the stream with, because
Okay.
he thinks I left because I was mad. I'm like, no, it's not. I wasn't mad that the stuff was weird. I just double check. Like, if it wasn't working there, better check here. Maybe it was my end.
Tia says WWE is soap operas for men, but sometimes the real story, like the shit between Edge Leader and Jeff Hardy, was way more interesting. Yeah, but like, even then, like, the story is mostly just like interpersonal rivalries. It's like, sure, you stole my girlfriend, now I must punch you in the face. Like, okay, yeah, I mean, I don't really care why you're punching each other in the face, just do it.
Anyway, I explained to him that, yeah, I did try to fix my stuff so I could tell them that I had to leave, because I would have said goodbye properly. I was trying to say goodbye properly. Yeah, I actually left messages in his chat, but he gets easily distracted. And he's got like at least 4 or 5 people on his stream who are strong talkers. So I'm like, ooh, okay. Yeah. That's going to be hard to get your attention in the first place. Yeah. So,
that's basically why I only stream with certain people. If there's certain people that are going to talk, I'm like, well, why am I here? I mean, I'll just let you do the talking, and I'll just like not even be here. So, yes, I've got certain people that I can stream with, and a lot of people are just like, no. There's no point me even being on the stream. Silver Ravenwing says he loved the Mankind versus Undertaker storyline. I don't even know what it was. I'm guessing they didn't like each other for whatever reason, and punched each other in the face. But yeah, I guess like a little bit of narrative is good to like provide context for why they're fighting, but it doesn't really have to be very deep. It's like I don't think you need more than, I'm the 5-time world champion. Oh yeah, well that means you lost the title 4 times. It's like, okay, see, that's fine. Now we know why they're fighting. And Silver Ravenwing says, oh no, they didn't. The first Hell in a Cell match was Undertaker and Mankind, and one of the most brutal fights to this day. I think I know the match that he's talking about. I think that's the one where Mankind went through the ceiling of the cell, landed on the thumbtacks, and like was being carted away by like the paramedics because he was like that badly hurt. And then the psycho got off the stretcher, ran back in the ring, and kept fighting, and got the shit kicked out of him again, and then had to be carted off on a stretcher again. And Silver Ravenwing is saying, yes, I am thinking of the right fight, yes. And his teeth got like punched in so bad, it was like sticking out of his nose. Like you could see in his nostril one of his teeth. That's how badly he got his face punched in. And like, now, credit to Mankind, Mick Foley, for dedication to his craft, but the dude's insane. There's no way any person who's in their right frame of mind is doing anything of the sort. That was psychotic, but very good entertainment.
I I miss that a bit. Like, I know, in all honesty, it was actually bad for the guys who were doing it at the time. Like, when I reflect on old wrestlers, I'm like, man, we put you through the ring just so you could entertain us. Between the drugs, the the stuff they used to get buff in the first place, because those are still drugs, but different kinds of drugs. Like,
I mean, like I said, credit to Mankind for dedication to his craft. But the dude's a psycho. Like, at some point, you need to listen to your body, and it's saying, stop. Silver Raven Wing says he thinks it was a SummerSlam event. I have no idea. I did see a replay of the match, but I didn't watch it live when it happened or anything. So I don't know what event it was, but I did see, I think it was on like YouTube, or maybe there was like a wrestling sort of like in memoriam kind of thing, like great matches in wrestling or something. However I saw it, I did see the match, but not live or anything. So I'm familiar with it, but I wouldn't be able to tell you what event it was. And Thierry's saying, after you set up those thumbtacks, that was an awesome match from a viewer standpoint, but it had to be health or legal. I'm pretty sure that Mick Foley isn't going to sue them. Like, and even if he did, I'm sure they could just say, look, we tried to remove him from the match. Like, he got injured. We took responsibility to, get him medical care. He's the psycho that leapt off the stretcher and ran back into the ring. I mean, we can only do so much.
Some of it was their rinks too. Like, I bring this up.
I guess the fact that he fell through the ceiling is probably a legal concern, because that shouldn't have happened.
Well, it's just I'm not even on the right chat. If I refresh anything, it's like, oh yeah, did you want live chat?
Yeah.
But the other thing too was like, WWE was a test of how often they would push things with rinks where honestly you could reflect and be like, yeah, you guys were kind of not taking safety into account.
Yeah. Like, I mean, if WWE was doing anything negligent, then absolutely they should be, sued for that. But I don't think Mick Foley would have grounds to sue if they were trying to remove him from the fight because he was like injured, and then he disregarded their efforts and ran back into the.
But there's truth to that too. Like the guys were willing to push shit too. Like they did.
Yeah, and Silver Raven says they both had to sign legal waivers. I would imagine so. That sounds like something that would just be common sense. Like, you want to do this, take the risk into your own hands, kind of thing. And Tia says he wasn't saying that he was going to sue. I was thinking things like insurance and venue rental and shit like that. Yeah. That makes sense then. Yeah. After having a heart attack. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Seeing something like that probably did bump their insurance prices up quite a bit. That's fair.
It's also the nature of the job too. Sometimes you can do the same thing over and over again, and in a split second, that's all it takes for an accident to happen. Like, the worst one for me is always going to be, because it really did hit my brother. Like, he saw glimpses of it because of his friends. He was an Owen Hart fan.
Yeah,
we're from Alberta. We're gonna be. He's from our city, but
yes,
when you rewatch, because you can find that stuff, and I'm just like, no, I don't at all blame his parents for suing. It's not that they didn't know that the job that he was in was that level of dangerous. It was just,
no, it makes sense that if you're grieving over the loss of a son and you've got what seems to be a direct cause of death, as in like WWE created the environment in which he died, I can see why you'd want to sue. I don't know if they won. I'm
They did,
assuming
yeah, they did, yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, no, I think that makes sense. I'm not going to fault a grieving parent for you know take like placing blame on an outside source, because having something to blame does give you that sort of sense of closure. It's like you want to know why it happened, and if you can say WWE fucked up, then that makes you feel just a little bit better. Like your world makes a little bit more sense if you've got a direct reason why such a tragedy occurred.
It actually wasn't necessarily the tragedy itself. Like, yeah, obviously they were upset that he passed. I think it had to do more with the way they lingered on him after the incident, because it
Okay.
was technically live and then put up again later, and for some reason they didn't edit that shit out. Like, they
Oh,
really
okay.
should
Yeah,
have
cool.
just announced it and been like, sorry, but we're canceling this event. This thing happened.
That would have been smart.
But it's more to do with the fact that there was so many eyes, both adult and child, on that.
Yeah, yeah.
I
That's
think
pretty
that's
brutally.
I think that's more of why they did it, because like
Okay.
you know, an event happens, everyone there knew something was wrong, you know,
Yeah.
like you just can't, you know, so like automatically you as the cameraman should know to look towards the crowd, don't focus in on where he is right now, because
Yeah,
that's,
yeah, definitely.
and
Um,
I think that's why they won, because yeah, that's
that makes
cause for
sense.
horror.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Silver Ravenwing says Eddie Guerrero was the hardest loss for him. I mean, I'm vaguely aware that Eddie Guerrero died. I don't know the details around how he died. I don't think it was as spectacular as Owen Hart's, because, like, even I knew about Owen Hart dying. I don't know the details of how Eddie Guerrero died, but no, I mean, I'm familiar with him as a wrestler. I know who he was. And yeah, he says early 2000s were a different time. They would have cut the feed nowadays. They probably should have. Let's be real. It's like probably would have been a good idea.
It might have been the shock, and I mean, I could even see at the time, because you're not used to that kind of thing, or
Yeah, of
something
course.
that bad. But like, I could even see the cameraman at the time being like, "What the hell happened? Can we help him?"
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
instead of like looking away, focusing in, and that's training that people have had to go through, because
yeah.
you know. But it doesn't matter. It still caused harm. Like, you know, like,
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
so.
And we have a Gunsky in chat, so this was a short stream. We've got to pack it up.
Jack.
And Eddie died from a heart failure in his hotel. His nephew Chavo found him. Okay. Um. Well, I guess that makes sense why I didn't hear about it. Or I mean, I knew that he died, but I didn't hear the details, because it's not as dramatic as Owen Hart leaping and having the like whatever it was, some sort of support failed and he like died jumping off a thing or whatever. But yeah, that's a less dramatic and less public death than Owen Hart suffered.
Well, it's weird like that. Like, I didn't necessarily take it as personally, because like at the time my brother wouldn't let me watch that. Like, you know, he was like,
Right.
absolutely not. You know, I know about it more now, because like I said, you can find that stuff online, which is why they won that lawsuit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I was more hurt by Andre, because I liked Andre. He was one of my. It's not that he
Yeah.
was the better wrestler. Like, I would never really say that, because I go by how many times you won, and
Hmm.
no, he wasn't that at the time. But his
Well,
personality and the character he played was just, yeah, I really liked him.
I'm gonna say that your win record in wrestling is basically meaningless. I mean, given that it's scripted,
Yeah, true, true.
like you don't get a good track record, like a good win record in wrestling, because uh, you're the superior athlete. You've either got charisma that is working, or you're a good performer. Like you do a good job in the ring of like looking cool and doing fancy moves and stuff. But they're not saying you are the superior athlete. It's you're
Mhm.
the superior entertainer, whether that be in ring performance or on mic or whatever. So yeah, the fact that Undertaker never lost a WrestleMania for like 15, 20 years, that's a testament to his entertainment skills, not his wrestling prowess. Oh, and Tia says Andre the Giant was a decent human being. Yeah, I've heard that. You see, from all the stories I've heard about him, he was a good guy.
Makes me miss my childhood. I mean, I can't go back and I don't want to, but at the same time, I'm like, man, that was cool stuff.
And guess who has joined us? Hello, Siri. Siri is muted.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
There we go. There's Siri.
Hello, Siri.
Yeah, I'm running it off my phone. I don't have it configured correctly yet.
Hi, Emma.
Well, it's good to hear you back on the stream. So, how are you feeling?
Hi, Jen. I'm about half the strength I used to be, but
Okay.
my surgery is almost completely healed.
Good.
So I'm at a facility to help me build up my strength so I can go back home.
Nice, nice.
And they're doing a good job. I'm getting stronger every day. It's chartable that I'm getting stronger every day. So it'll still be a while. I still got a long way.
It sounds at least like forward progress. Your health is going in the right direction. You are recovering.
Yeah, baby steps.
Yep, that's how you start.
Yeah, when I came here, I said to the people that I need three things. I need good food, I need PT, and I need good sleep. And so far, they've done all three.
Nice.
So, moving forward.
So what actually happened? What put you in hospital in the first place?
Well, this has been a long thing. You've been hosting the show several times over a period of time. So the first thing that put me in the hospital was diverticulitis. And they filled me up with antibiotics, and I recovered and went home. Then I was at home at my computer, and my stomach was killing me. But I'm not really my stomach, but my belly, which is below the stomach. And I tried to go to bed and just find a comfortable position, but I couldn't. And it was hurting pretty good. So finally I said, something's not right. So I called an ambulance, went to the hospital. It turns out I had necrotic bowel and sepsis.
Ooh.
Yeah. So they took me to surgery right from the ambulance, right into surgery. And they cut me from above the belly button all the way down to the pubic area.
Okay.
And I still have 27 staples in me.
Jeez.
They cut out 3 pieces of bowel and sewed everything back together again. So it took me 11 days in the hospital to go through all that.
Jeez, yeah.
Then I went to my first recovery facility, and they didn't really do much for me. I caught an infection there called pancolitis, pan meaning the entire area. And she wouldn't call the ambulance for 4 days.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, so I went to my dialysis because I got to go, even no matter how bad I feel. And the dialysis nurse says, you're going to be here for dialysis, but as soon as you're done, I'm sending you to the hospital.
Right.
Which is exactly what she did.
Good.
And they held me there for 13 days to get rid of the colitis.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm in the recovery facility now. Been here for about a week and a half, maybe a week and a half. And like I said, the surgery is healed. I still have the staples, 27. But the pancolitis is solved. The diverticulitis is solved. The necrotic bowel is solved. So all the physical things are solved. But I spent so much time in the hospital, in the first recovery facility, in the hospital again, that I have at least when I first came to this facility, I had no strength whatsoever. Couldn't even get out of bed.
Jeez.
Yeah, that bad. So now I can get out of the bed. It takes a little bit of work, but I can get out of the bed.
Okay.
I'm sitting in a wheelchair right now, so I can stand up from the wheelchair, go to the bathroom,
Okay. That's
all that
good.
kind of stuff. So I'm battling a certain amount of dizziness because laying down for almost a month uh,
Yeah.
really impacted me. But
Of
anyway,
course.
I cannot see chat, so I just wanted to say to everybody, I miss you guys, and I'll be back as soon as I can, and we'll give Terry an award for carrying on
Yeah.
and a well-deserved rest.
Yes. Yes. I look forward to it.
And you'll hear the
Um.
old music and the old screen just like you used to.
Yes. And there will be music polls, and there will be chat on screen, and
Yes, there.
all of the luxuries that I've been depriving you of will return.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to going home. Won't be much longer.
Good. Good to hear.
All right.
Well, hope you get better.
Thank you very much. I miss you,
Yes.
Jen.
You miss too.
I cannot stay for as much as I'd like to. It's late at night. I have a roommate who wants to go to sleep, so I
That makes sense.
get out of here. But I will try to get back on whenever I can.
Sounds good to me. You
All
you
right.
get better.
I will. Thanks everybody for being patient and all your well wishes. Particularly GBO has sent messages, and I appreciate it. So I'm going to get out of here.
All right. See you later, Hammer.
Have a great
Have a good one, Hammer.
Well, that was
My
good
voice
news.
is just going. Sorry.
And yes, everyone in chat, he couldn't see your messages. He was saying that he couldn't see the chat, but I'm sure he appreciates the sentiment all the same. Yeah, he'll be fine from the sounds of it. So I take that as very good news. And so, hey, everything okay there, Jen?
Yeah, my brother's making a drink. It's not a
Okay.
big deal. It's just he's. I don't know what he's doing near his ice trays.
The other thing I saw that was all over the place was apparently NVIDIA released this new AI thing, and everyone is complaining about it. I don't really have much of an opinion. I'm not the guy to go to for how good things look, but everyone is saying it looks terrible. So I think it's funny that like they released this grand new AI graphic thing, and everyone hates it.
Yeah, I think that's just it's gonna be some things are gonna be like
It's yeah. I mean, I I like AI, but I think there's limits to what it can do. Don't don't give it more responsibilities than it's actually capable of. Like if you want to, and yeah, Silver, I mean the DSSL5. I couldn't remember the name of it, but yeah, that one. Yeah, I don't know much about it, but I know everyone hates it. I think there's a lot of people who hate it simply because it's AI, because there's a lot of people who just hate AI because it's AI. But there's a lot of people who like don't have a problem with AI in general, but just think this is an exceptionally bad implementation of it.
both things can be true.
Yeah. So I mean I've seen the difference between the two of them. It looks different, but I'm not the guy to go to for aesthetics. They look different. I couldn't really say one looked better than the other. It's just like, okay, no, there's a visible difference, but I mean, I would be fine with either in my video game. The only thing is apparently it uses a ridiculous amount of processing power for the fancy AI stuff. So if it comes down to it, I would take performance over graphics. So if I can just turn off the stuff that's taking up all the processing power, I would. But
that kind of, I think that's why most people are complaining about it, is because that's what it looks like they're doing. Like, anyone who's ever played Ark can tell you that, yeah, the resolution can change the look of a game entirely.
Yeah.
You know, and for a game like Ark, you're going to run it at whatever allows you to run it. So if that's like a low to medium, you're getting low to medium graphics. Is it still okay? Yeah. It might not be as shiny as the shiniest guy's high super quality high like, you know, I just want to get a dinosaur. It's fine.
And Assassin of the Grey says there's a new movie in production where they use AI to create Val Kilmer, and I think this is an excellent thing, and only because I found out I forget who it was. Someone was saying that that job could have gone to a real actor. I was like, so what you're saying is this AI is screwing over a Hollywood actor? I'm on board. You've sold it to me. If we can replace all of Hollywood with AI, then let's do that. It won't be any worse in terms of acting quality, and fuck those guys.
It's not necessarily changing the artwork so much that it's like a big whoop. Like, I follow a guy because of Rumble by the name of Furious Dan, and he gets a kick out of I'm not sure if it's a mod he uses or if he likes making his own kind of mod. Like, I get, because he does a little bit of both, but he's the kind of guy to make a mod where, like, yeah, he does like his characters to be a little bit more attractive. He does think it's kind of stupid that they make every character stupidly ugly when they were never really that. So sometimes he'll use the mod to be like, okay, well, I remember this character back in the 2000s and her boobs were this big, her butt was this big, her face kind of looked like this. So he'll just modify it so it looks a little bit closer to what that character would have been like. Because a lot of times they do that. Like, you'll get like Laura Crofts who look like men. A lot of the Laura Crofts look like men. And it's just like, can you not make them look like men at the very least? Like, Angelina Jolie is kind of a pretty person. Can, like, you know, meet us in the middle somewhere, you know? Well, and I don't always think it's necessary. Like, you know, sometimes I don't give a shit what they look like. Is the game actually good? Is the storyline actually good? Like, I know sometimes it enhances it to have the nice looking characters, but I'm used to 1D and 2D, you know?
Yeah. I think the thing you've got to remember is they hate men, especially white men, especially straight white men. And so anything that straight white men like is evil. And since straight white men like attractive women, they are evil and must be abolished from all media. Yeah, and
but I gotta make them ugly. I'm not the audience they want either, because I'm still in the white crowd, but I also kind of like to have nice looking characters. Sometimes the escapism is kind of nice.
That's the thing. Even women want attractive characters. The number of people who actually want the characters in their video games to be completely ugly is bordering on zero. But the alternative would be creating something that men like, and that is haram. You can't do that. So they will lose the sales rather than make a product that appeals to men. And I mean, that's a decision. So you can do that.
It's also, in a lot of franchises, you could actually have a character that's not attractive. You know what they make up for with those not so attractive characters? They try to give them a personality that brings in people anyway. Like, they'll usually be charismatic. Sometimes they're dumb. Sometimes they're really smart. But, you know, you overlook them a little bit because they're ugly. And then they end up being like a really good character. That's because they actually know how to write a personality.
Well, I mean, not every character has to be, you know, drop dead gorgeous supermodel. But it's a bit weird if there are zero attractive characters in anything for the last 10 years. That's not an accident.
No, it's not. And it's actually kind of obnoxious. It's obnoxious.
Yes, Yeah. And Assassin is correct. He says they don't want the audience to have escape because they must be indoctrinated nonstop with the message. Basically, yes. But what they've neglected to take into account is that it doesn't matter how convincing the propaganda may or may not be if no one listens to it. So by creating games that no one plays, their propaganda is failing because it's all good and well to have, Dragon Age the Fail Guard preaching about non-binary bullshit, but if no one plays it, then the message gets lost.
And the thing is I this is why I've never been a feminist, is because the women preaching the most about the male gaze care more about what I'm wearing than most men do. Like, don't get me wrong, there's a time and a place for where you're dressing things. Nobody is slut shaming you because you're stupid. They're calling you stupid because you don't know how to dress properly in public.
But yeah, I mean, all of the stuff that they complain about in terms of unrealistic body standards, it's women that enforce them, not men.
Like I gotta tell you this one, Terry, because like maybe you've seen it from your end, because it's not like I don't remember what you said that you used to do, but my mom used to work as an assistant corporate secretary for a high-end oil company.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like they were like so strict about the clothing and stuff, but like if you came in looking like you were fresh off the streets or like you were planning to go to a bar straight after work, all of the women in that office would go against you for it because they just thought you were being distracting. They thought that you honestly didn't know your time and your place. And no, having a twat doesn't automatically put you in an in-group with other women because they actually are there for their careers.
Right. No, I think all of the stuff that they complain about in terms of the body standards and like we have to spend so much money because we can't wear the same dress twice. It's like the only one who's stopping you from doing that is other women. I guarantee there's not a straight man alive who's like, well, I would have gone out with her, but she wore the same dress twice, and I'm just not interested in that.
Here's the twist with those very same women. So if say after work, those women, say sometimes companies host little parties for say they did really well that sector and they had a party they could go to afterwards. If all those same ladies, they were all dressed properly for their shifts and, they've got a really good camaraderie, they go out together and say some of the girls dress up, they're not going to shit on them for dressing up. They're not going to shit on them for looking pretty. And it's where you are and the time and the place. What are you doing this for? And if you're just being a jerk to other people, the titties aren't the reason, girl. It's you.
And Silver Raven is pointing out he knows female gamers who like playing sexy characters. Yeah, like 90% of people, regardless of gender or sex or however you want to call it, like attractive characters. There's very, very vanishingly few people who are like, man, I only want to see ugly people in everything. That's not a big market. So yes, women want to see attractive women. Men want to see attractive women. I mean, even the male characters, you don't see Batman with a beer belly. Like, there's a reason that he's got the physique that he does. Men and women are drawn to it because it looks powerful. It makes him look good. It's an attractive look for a man. So yes, I think it's fine to have like some ugly characters, but the general trend should be towards attractive characters because that's what everybody wants.
It's the integrity of the character. Like, it really is. Like,
yeah. I guarantee that no one refused to play Street Fighter because Blanca is ugly. Yeah, okay, Blanca is ugly, but Cammy is hot. So it kind of, it doesn't matter. You can have some ugly in there. As long as you've got predominantly attractive characters, it's fine. But trying to desexualize all of the females because some man might like it, and you can't allow that.
And some women who's bitter about a divorce or a breakup needs to take it out on everybody else. And I'm just like, can corporations stop hiring, or at least give them take a break, lady. Go for a sabbatical. Go get your brain checked or something. Come back when you're normal and not hating the other sex because you fucked up in your dating experience.
If you set that as the condition, they're never coming back.
I know. That's the plan, Terry.
You can come back when you stop hating men. Yeah, they're gonna die before they come back.
Part of the plan. Like, I'm more egalitarian, in all honesty. I mean, The reason that egalitarian works is because of what the meaning of it is like, try not to be a douchebag to other people because of their gender. Yeah. Like,
Q says men and women both have power fantasies. Ugly women just feel like ass. So I'm guessing he means a donkey. When confronted with mirrors or they want to raise their number by life. Yeah, I mean, the general mating strategy of women is to tear down other women to make themselves look better. That's very, very common. That's why you see a lot of women will give each other deliberately bad advice. Is like, oh, he did that. Oh, that means he doesn't like you. You should cheat on him to teach him a lesson. Like, obviously that's terrible advice, but they're trying to sabotage their friends' relationships because, less competition. If they can destroy the women around them, then they will look better in comparison. And it's much easier to do that than to improve themselves. And Silver Ravenwing says that's why Fat is Beautiful got so popular. Yeah, exactly. They wanted to encourage women to be fat so no one would find them attractive, and then more people would find them attractive because they were less fat.
I do get that, Gray. It's just, I don't think I'm special as a woman either. I just think that because humans have a range in how we think and how we learn and shit like that, that's why you get weirdos like, because it's not like I'm the only female who hangs out with the minions of the zoo. Certainly not. Right. And I'm not the only one with my own range of views and stuff like that. But I grew up with like a relatively healthy family. Like, both my parents are still together. They've been together for over, I think it is in the 50s now. I got to double check that, because if I get that wrong, Mom will get mad at me. But I think it's up in the 50s now, and
sounds about right.
And that's not to say that they don't have things that they do that, okay, well, both of them snore, so they don't sleep in the same bedroom together. That's how they keep the peace. They still like each other because they can sleep,
Right. And Assassin was mentioning the hypergamy strategy hardwired into every woman's brain. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people give women shit for being hypergamous, but it is like biologically ingrained into them. Getting mad at women for being hypergamous is like getting mad at men for liking women who are fertile. It's like, it's the way we are. You can't get mad at it for being the way we are. You should probably restrain your impulses in as much as you should have realistic expectations. So if you're not that attractive, then you should be looking at partners that are about the same attractiveness level as you. Even if you would prefer someone, far more attractive, I think set your expectations more realistically and you'll be a lot happier.
I can't remember who coined this. It might have been one of our friends in the Minions. It might have been somebody on a different stream I've been on lately. But they put it to me this way, and I'm like, you know what? That's actually the honest facts. If you can't imagine yourself having children with a person, don't do it with them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree. And Assassin is saying just because it's hardwired doesn't mean you're enslaved to it. Yeah, exactly. Like, obviously, if I had my pick of everyone in the world, I would probably want a gorgeous woman in her 20s. But realistically, I would drive myself into madness if I said, no one but a 22-year-old goddess is good enough for me. Well, if I went around with that attitude, then all I would accomplish is never getting anything, because that that's not within my grasp. I'm not the kind of person that 22-year-old goddesses are attracted to. I would be much smarter to set more realistic expectations of, a woman around about my age, probably, 5 to 10 years younger, would be a bit more reasonable.
Within the age range where you know that at least mentally you're still going to get something out of the relationship too, because that's exactly the biggest myth that that the media plays and the left really plays into it, is that the relationship is just about sex. And it's actually, no, the sex is maybe a part of it. It's actually supposed to be about the emotional. Like, you should actually kind of want to hang out with the person that you're with. You should actually be excited to think about them. You should be excited to know that you're going to see them again. Like that's kind of.
Yeah, and Assassin is pointing out social media is making all of the women think they're 10s. And that's true, because it's opening up the pool of men that they have access to. And what a lot of women aren't recognizing is, for a man, I will have sex with this woman and I will commit to this woman, are two completely separate categories. So they think because they're getting a bunch of horny men saying they want to fuck them, that means they have their pick. They've got the pick of the litter. They can have any man they want. No, the inflated standards that you end up with in this situation means you're going after men that will have sex with you, sure, because why not? But they've got much better options if they want to commit to someone, and they're not going to commit to the person that thinks they're a 10 but is actually a 4.
It's also the ones that would actually like them or would actually try to tend to be the kind of leftist men or men in general that they wouldn't even look at in the first place, and they tend to treat them like shit. I'm gonna be real. They tend to be the ones that they treat like shit because they don't look like their ideal glory farm cow man.
Oh yeah, the Morning Glory milking farm. Yeah,
I had to make at least a joke, because if you're gonna complain about standards, but like they tend to look down on the very same men who, in their range, would actually be willing to take them on. Like they think less of them, and they treat them like shit. And yet, if the male in that position did it to them, the world would lose their minds.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong. I don't mean that you can't reach up a little bit in terms of like, where you think you need to be. But in all honesty, it's the people that actually love you that you tend to form relationships with. So if the men in your chat, and a lot of those men might use anime to use as their avatars, or they might use other pictures of men that they admire and stuff. And they say all these really flattering things to these women. But when they meet them in real life and they realize, oh, well, this guy actually is in my range, all of a sudden they want nothing to do with them. They'll call them creeps. They'll complain that these are like, those kind of men. And then they absolutely treat them like shit. And so I'm like,
I saw a thing on Twitter, and I'm assuming it's not true, but because it's on Twitter, but they made a good point all the same, where this woman was saying that she only ever attracts fuckboys, and then her friend said, no, you're an attractive woman. You attract everybody. It's just that you're choosing the fuckboys. And then I think, the point was that this, blew her mind, this revelation. It's like, but it's true. I mean, if she didn't want that sort of a partner, she would choose from the multitudes of simps that are filling her inbox. It's just, she wants what she wants, and apparently that's what she wants, and she's choosing the top 20% of men that have all of the options and have no reason to commit, and then she gets sad. And also hello to Adracade, better known as Adam, in chat.
Yeah, Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's going on where people are doing stuff where like you take a step back from it and you're like, huh, no wonder we have a lot of problems. But I'm an introvert, Terry. That's what makes it easy to do this. Like, I don't go out. And that's why I don't have a relationship. I know why I have my problems. I stay at home and I don't interact with people, so I don't need anybody.
Heard of this I've heard of outside. I don't wish to try it. It sounds
well, that's the thing. Like, everything we've described tonight sounds unpleasant. So I'm like, well, why would I engage?
No, I mean, I am perfectly happy to stay on my own. I like solitude, probably too much, but I am happy for all my social interactions to occur by way of internet. I think this is an arrangement that's perfect for me. And also, hello to Captain Brambles, who has just joined us.
Hello. Yeah. I thought I'd do that.
Assassin says that I live in a land where outsiders determined to kill me. Yeah, I mean, that's also true. But even without that, I don't like outside. Even if I lived in, Safistan, the safest country on earth, nothing is going to kill me ever. I still wouldn't go outside because outside sucks.
It's not that I wouldn't make a good partner. I really am awkward when it is to getting out of my house. It's you acknowledge why you got problems, and you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Don't go outside. It's not worth it. That was my my motto for a long time. Gunsky says he lives in a land where outside will turn you into a popsicle. See, that sounds even worse. I would rather be hot than cold.
We had a heat wave, Jack. Don't cancel that or jinx it.
Yeah. I hate being cold. My standard for what counts as cold would probably make you laugh because you live in the coldest place imaginable. But no, I am no fan of the cold. I would rather be hot.
I was just doing the conversions real quick so I can translate it to Americanish. Yeah, it's 58 Fahrenheit right now. I think it was up to like 65. It was close to 70 today, so it was pretty warm.
So what's that in Celsius?
It's 14 right now.
Yeah, that's too cold. That's like not freezing. I would say single digits is when it gets too cold, but 14 is still not hot. 14 is pretty cold.
It's not -4, so I'm kind of like don't
definitely not -4.
So I'm like, don't cancel that, Jack.
Yeah, I think 14 degrees is like winter weather. Mm-hmm. I would expect it. I would expect it to be that temperature during winter.
Yeah, I think it got up to like 19. Usually, like the hottest it'll get during the day is usually between like 3:30 and 4, and then it drops. But it was up to about like, I wouldn't be surprised if the airport was at 19 because they tend to have the most heat. But I'm like, hey, we almost hit 20. Like that's not summer. But
no, I consider 20 to be where it starts to become a bit more pleasant. So, I mean, I would generally say 25 to 30 is kind of nice. Yeah, I don't want it too much hotter than 30 because then it gets too hot. But, I'm obviously living in Australia. I tend to prefer heat. But, I think 20 is okay. 25 is where it kind of starts to get nice. And 30 is probably about as hot as I'd want it to get.
I just like it cooler for sleeping. It's one of those things where, like, if it was 14 for sleeping alone, I would be fine with that. Because I have a preference for blankets. I'm not getting cold under that. It's just enough to pull that off. But yeah. And I like it warm enough to actually be able to handle water. It's one of those things where I like planting enough things to know that the water isn't going to make me freeze a lot.
Okay. Well, we have actually more or less hit our time.
Yeah.
So thank you, everyone in chat, for joining. Thank you, Jen, for keeping me company. Thank you, Hammer, for your quick visit and medical update. So thank you to all, and I'll see you guys later.
Alrighty. We closed out already, didn't we?
We just did.
Yeah. Okay, it's all good.